Now available in paperback and Kindle Unlimited, Isis, Imitation of Life. The Goddess Next Door helps a young black girl overcome racism during the era of Jim Crow in this Golden Age Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Imitation of Life in paperback and Kindle Unlimited today. I just got the most recent SJS Direct publications in the mail from CreateSpace, and I'm going to unbox them in front of you right now. And inside the box is a copy of The Man Crisis, the book I released in October. This is the non-fiction book which details all of the problems men are going through, and I couldn't get a paperback edition for myself until now, and I'm happy to finally have a paperback edition of The Man Crisis. The cover looks great, and the overall book looks great overall. Next up is finally got a paperback edition of Spinsterella with the cover art from Run.exe, and this looks amazing. I really love how this looks. Finally have a copy of it in paperback form, and this is the cover that replaces the old Black Widow cover on the original Spinsterella, and I replaced it because I wanted black girls to see that black girls could be a part of the goth subculture, and that black girls could be beautiful with a goth look. So that's why I put this image on the cover of Spinsterella. Now, Run.exe told me I could do whatever I wanted with this fan art, and I thought it would be great to just put this on the cover so that young black girls and girls who are darkly inclined in the goth subculture could see that black could be beautiful and that dark could be beautiful as black. Next up is Drew Swift's cover for Isis, Imitation of Life. Now, this is the second book that I have for Isis, Imitation of Life. The original features my original art, but this is the art I commissioned Drew Swift to design for the Isis, Imitation of Life cover, and this is what the Isis, Imitation of Life art looks like, and I love it because it's like, it reminds me of manga, and Drew did a great job on this cover, and this is a great story, and the reason why I wanted to put a great cover on it is because I wanted to honor all of those brothers and sisters out there who made sacrifices for us to get here, and I wanted to pay tribute to the golden age of superheroes. So I really wanted this cover to really make a powerful statement, because this story is a very powerful one about how black people were heroes during the age of Jim Crow and how they fought the evils of white supremacy and racism during that time. This is a book I believe everybody really needs to read, because it shows how black people were heroes during that dark period of Jim Crow and what they did during that period of Jim Crow to save others in their communities and fight against the evil of racism. Next up are two books that are going to be coming out in 2019, and these two books feature art by Bill Walko. Now, the first book that features art by Bill Walko is this Isis, All That Glitters, and this is the book that is going to be the basis for the Isis graphic novel. Now, I really, really love the art on this, All That Glitters, because Bill put so many little nuances in this one picture that tell a really great story. From the contrasting shades of gold to the glittering floor, it really tells a very great story. And then we see all the spectators in the back, people holding up cameras and stuff. It just really tells a great story. And it literally is like an animation cell come to life in a single image. And it tells, again, a great story. And if you pick this up in 2019, this is what you're going to get on the Isis series paperback edition. And I'm hoping to get the funding for the Indiegogo so I can produce the graphic novel adaptation of this story. Now, this book, Esteem Goddess of, this is a story that takes place after Esteem Ascension, where Esteem got new powers from Osiris, and she is no longer a demon. And in this story, we get to see a showcase of Esteem's new powers as she takes on Avarisk the Tormentor, the demonic dominatrix. So This is the story that takes place right after E-Steam Ascension, which was the turning point in the E-Steam series and the end of the first E-Steam series story arc. And this is the start of the second E-Steam series story arc. And this story will be available in 2019, and I urge you to pick up E-Steam Goddess of and Isis All That Glitters. Both covers feature cover art by Bill Walko, who did an amazing job on both book covers and told a great story on both book covers. And I wouldn't have been able to pay for the covers for these two books and Imitation of Life if it wasn't for the donors on Patreon. I thank you all for your support. I appreciate your support, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to get great cover art from comic artists like Drew Swift and Bill Walko on books for the SJS Direct imprint, and I wouldn't be able to further expand my brand and make efforts to present positive images of African Americans and African American experience in genres like African American fantasy. Again, I thank you all for your support, and all of these books will, like these Isis, All That Glitters and E-Steam Goddess of, these will be available in 2019. Isis Imitation of Life, Spinsterella with the Black Goth cover, and The Man Crisis are now all available right now on Amazon.com in paperback and e-readers. And if you want to pick them up today, you may do so by clicking the link in the description box.